Good evening and welcome to this edition of Newsleader on 6. I'm Jim Fuller.
And I'm Amelia Marquez. In tonight's news, Coffee and Bedford counties are the recipients of significant grants from the Tennessee Department of Transportation. The Tullahoma Swim Club says it may not be able to survive if it doesn't get relief from the current rent and fees charged by the city for the use of the D.W. Wilson Swim Complex. We'll bring you more video from the Patriots Day ceremonies in Manchester, and we'll speak with Shelbyville Central High School's head football coach about the big regional game the Golden Eagles have coming up this Friday night. We'll have these stories and more on tonight's Newsleader on 6.
Hey everybody, I'm John Harris.
My name is Cass Barnes.
We just wanted to make you all aware of the first annual Tullahoma Alumni Coffee Pot Game. It's going to be at Coffee County Middle School on their varsity football field. It's going to be September 19th, 2015.
I'm playing quarterback and I'm one of the team captains.
Also a team captain, I'm playing left guard and defensive tackle. This is very important that we get community support and involvement with this program. It's going to be one of the biggest revenue generators for the Tullahoma Quarterback Club, and we're estimating anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000 of additional revenue that we can start bringing in to the Tullahoma Quarterback Club on a residual basis for each of these games that we do. So we look forward to your support and hope to see you there.
To come out and support your Tullahoma Wildcats.
It's new car discount season at Stan McNabb Chevy, and we have prices that'll beat anybody else. New vehicles up to $17,000 off. Check out this brand new 2015 Chevy Cruze, automatic Bluetooth XM radio, only $16,900. Chevy, Buick, GMC, Cadillac. Stan McNabb has all the new car brands you love in one location. And don't forget, we'll match or beat any dealer's price or give you a check for $500. And check us out online or schedule your service at stanmcnabb.com.
Welcome back. Tennessee Department of Transportation Commissioner John Shore and the Governor's Highway Safety Office Director Kendall Poole announced this week the Tennessee agencies that received grant awards totaling $17.8 million to support highway traffic safety efforts. The grants were awarded to 376 agencies across the state that successfully applied for funding based on defined problems and statistical needs. Kendall Poole said, quote, Tennessee's decline in traffic fatalities has occurred because of the dedication and commitment from our partners across the state. They are coming up with ideas and programs that are creative, innovative, and solid. They are the foundation for the culture of safety on our roads, and I am ecstatic that we are able to support these endeavors, end quote. Coffee County law enforcement agencies received almost $190,000 in grants. The Tullahoma Police Department received $14,392. The City of Manchester received $14,998, and the Coffee County District Attorney's Office received $159,898.
Coffee County District Attorney Craig Northcott spoke as a private citizen Monday night to the Tullahoma Board of Mayor and Aldermen about an issue with the D.W. Wilson Community Center, which he says could affect the continued existence of the Tullahoma Swim Club.
I wanted to come before this board to deal with an issue that has come to my attention and frankly has been a frustrating and disappointing process up to this point. I tried to go through the normal channels and did not want to be before the full board, but felt like I had no choice. Dealt with 3 people up to this point, and I'd say, with the exception of Mayor Curley, I had not gotten any attention towards resolving this issue. I also want to point out before I go any further that I'm here not as the district attorney, but as a citizen and a father. And I hope that you can recognize the difference and that I'm speaking here solely as a citizen of Tullahoma. The issue that I've been dealing with has to do with an organization that has been part of this community for 59 years. And on the current path, that organization is either going to die a quick death or a slow death. And I don't think either is what this board wants, and I don't think it's acceptable for this community. And the sad part of that is it's easy to fix, and I hope that this board can get us on that path. I'm here speaking on behalf of the Tullahoma Swim Club. The Tullahoma Swim Club, for as long as anyone can remember, has paid $250 of rent per month to the city of Tullahoma for use of the pool. We had exclusive use of the pool Monday through Friday from 3 to 6 all year round. And we paid $250 for that right each and every month. It's a non-profit organization. We have struggled to make ends meet. We certainly aren't flush in cash, and any additional expense to the organization just cannot be absorbed. We saw this issue coming, and the president approached Kurt Glick about the issue. What are we going to do? How are we going to move forward? And all we got was, your swimmer is going to have to pay full rate. And we just can't afford it. It can't be afforded. That's $16 a month per swimmer. I think we have been running a community center up to now at D.W. Wilson, and it's to benefit the community. And I see a rec center as something different. A rec center is more of a profit generating, revenue generating facility. And I think we're kind of stuck in between right now with D.W. Wilson. I don't think we know which direction we really want to go. But as it relates to the swim club, I don't think we're doing either very well. We're going to hamper community benefit from this club, but we're also going to cost the city more money by doing it.
As far as the dollar amount and everything, those kind of things can generally be easily worked out. I think the big sticking point that we've had has been the issue of exclusivity of the use of the facility.
There's never been a real good advocate from the city side towards Tullahoma Swim Club or competitive swimming. That's why I'm sitting on this board. And I still can't get things done. So, it's not an easy thing. Things do not happen overnight. Sometimes you have to work behind the scenes.
For the swim team at the high school to be asked to practice from 6 o'clock on is totally unfair. There's no reason why they should be getting second fiddle over the swim club. And I don't have anything against the swim club. I'm just so glad kids are involved. I think it's great. But there's no reason why the swim team should have to practice at 6 o'clock at night.
Mr. Balch, when would you say that, when would you feel comfortable with you and or Mr. Glick or whoever you want to sit down with Mr. Northcott at his convenience, and this week?
I mean, that'd be fine.
Next 2 or 3 days?
Can't tomorrow, can't tomorrow, but we'll make communication or contact.
So as long as it's resolved this week, are you comfortable with that? Sure. And it'll be resolved this week. I assure you it'll be resolved this week.
And as you saw in that video, Mayor Curley promised a resolution to the issue sometime this week. In other news, if you're in the mood for some fresh, locally grown apples in Tullahoma, Cecil Smith's Orchard on Sears Roebuck Road is open for a few more weeks. Newsleader's Philip Scoggin stopped by to pick up some fruit and speak with Cecil about his 45 years of growing apples.
We're just picking and selling apples as fast as we can.
What kind of apples do you grow?
We just have Golden Delicious now. We've aged a little bit since we started, so we're not doing as much now as we did 30 years ago.
Why did you plant the orchard?
The orchard was put out in order to educate our children at whatever college they wanted to go to.
And when was that?
Well, we started in 1970s selling apples. And we've been selling every year since then. But we're cutting trees down and getting fewer and fewer trees, which results in fewer and fewer apples. And like everything else, they run out.
How long is the season? How long can people pick apples here?
That depends on how many people come here to pick, because we're not picking now. You have to pick your own. We done got too old to pick. So you got to pick your own, and the faster they come up here, we'll probably have apples another week or 10 days, something like that. Be about it. We have less than an acre of trees now. At one time we had better than 5 acres.
Okay. And how are the apples this year? How was the weather?
The weather was as good a weather as we've had for growing apples in a long time. It's been pretty well perfect. The temperature has not been excessive hot, and we've had plenty of moisture.
Okay. And where do people find you?
399 Sears Roebuck Road.
Okay.
Everybody should know where Sears Roebuck Road is. That's the only one there is in the United States.
All right, well, thank you for talking to me today.
Thanks for putting it on the air.
Stay with us. We'll be back in a moment with more Newsleader on 6.
The wait is finally over. The 2015 50th anniversary Ford Mustang is finally here. This is one awesome vehicle. Let me give you a few stats on this V8 Mustang. 435 horsepower, independent rear suspension, 25 miles per gallon, and this is the one you've been waiting for. 0 to 60 in 4.4 seconds. Don't blink an eye or you'll miss it. Come by Russell Barnett Ford of Tullahoma and Winchester and check it out. The 2015 Mustang, the all-new redesign, will leave you speechless.
Here at Manchester Funeral Home, we know the importance of living and working in our local community because it's those families who we serve during their time of need honorably. We believe in supporting local business and offer only 100% Batesville caskets, the best in the industry and a driver of our local economy. If you want straightforward and fair pricing while working with the people you know, choose Manchester Funeral Home, serving your community since 1932. And pre-planning and pre-funding can be the best gift you ever leave your loved ones. Call us to pre-arrange. Manchester Funeral Home. Our family, caring for your family since 1932.
Welcome back. Numerous Coffee County first responders were recognized at last week's Patriot Day ceremonies in Manchester. Let's watch some of those awards.
Good morning, everyone. On behalf of the American Legion Auxiliary Gold Star Unit 78, it is my distinct honor and a joy to present this first award to someone who has enthusiastically served the Hillsborough Fire Department for 16 years, loves spending time with family, enjoys working with arts and crafts. So, yes, it is a lady. And no, she is not a sissy girl. Why do I say that? Because she loves fishing and she loves firefighting. For 16 years, she has been happily married to Richie Carter, and they have 2 daughters, 8-year-old Abigail and 3-year-old Charla. Mrs. Melissa Carter, it is with admiration for your devotion to our community and your dedication to the Hillsborough Fire Department that you have been selected to receive the 2015 American Legion Auxiliary Gold Star Unit 78 Patriot Day Award. Please step forward. I hope that she is here. Respect.
Our next award is presented by the Sons of the American Legion here in Manchester, and it is for the Summitville Volunteer Fire Department. Curtis Bennett has been with Summitville Fire Department a little over 2 years. In his time with the department, he has gone from a young man with no prior knowledge of fire service to one of our most trusted and valued members. He has displayed a great aptitude for his field. Mr. Bennett is classified as an interior firefighter and has shown great teamwork and leadership skills on the fire grounds. He has gone above and beyond our expectations in the area of training and is always seeking to learn more and share his knowledge. Curtis also takes time to help his fellow firefighters, whether it is by showing new recruits around or volunteering to help with various improvement projects the department is working on. He's very active with all the community functions, has a natural gift for connecting with young minds to teach fire safety. His hard work and dedication is greatly appreciated by the Summitville Volunteer Fire Department. Our next award is given by the American Legion here in Manchester. It is to the Sheriff, Coffee County Sheriff's Department. It's Stephen Paul Sharketti. Shark, as we finally refer to him, is a 49-year-old, and this is what's in parentheses here, almost 50, veteran serving in the armed forces for 22 years. He is a husband and a father of 2 beautiful girls. He comes from a family of patriotism, as his father also served in the Air Force. So upon completion of high school, it probably felt normal for him to join. Serving the United States is all he ever really knew. While serving our country, he received various medals, honors, and ribbons. In 2007, he joined the private sector and worked for a few years, but missed his service to his country and the people of the United States. In January 2012, he came to the sheriff and asked if he had a job for him where he could help people. Sheriff Graves hired him as a corrections officer. Shark always gives 150% and excelled at his job, so was promoted to deputy sheriff in only 6 months. He obviously loves his job and the people he serves because he is always kind, respectful, fair, and willing to help his community, and is a great mentor to young people in the department and community. He believes in doing what is right in all things, and his patriotism for his country is always evident in his actions. Paul Sharketti, would you come forward, please?
We'll be back in a moment with more from the Patriots Day Awards after these messages.
All I have to do to think about what I was physically before and what I am now, and I don't ever want to go back to that original situation.
The overall mission of the rehab team is always what is best for the patient and how we can facilitate maximum potential from every resident.
Well, the most important thing to me is that I'm allowed to do whatever I want to do, you know.
Everyday miracles at Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
We're losing it, doctor.
Not on my shift. Quickly, brush. Roller.
What a transformation. It's gonna be okay.
Okay, nothing.
At Paintworks of Tullahoma, we specialize in domestic emergencies with Martin Senior Paints. You can be the paint doctor too when you treat your home with Martin Senior interior and exterior finishes.
Doctor, we've got another one.
Got you covered.
Paintworks of Tullahoma. Come see the paint doctor, Stat.
Welcome back. The American Legion Riders, the Old Stone Fort VFW Post, and the Disabled American Veterans Post of Manchester also presented awards for outstanding service by the first responders. Let's watch.
Good morning. This is going to the New Union Fire Department. We have a young man that has been on the firefighting services there for 2 years. He is a member of the New Union Volunteer Fire Department, Rutherford County Fire Department Fire and Rescue, and Nissan Fire Brigade. The man's name is Curtis. Curtis received his firefighter first certification in March and is currently working on his Associates of Science in Fire Science through Columbia Southern University. Mr. Lane hopes to attend Motlow to earn his AEMT, Advanced Emergency Medical Technician, in the near future. Curtis was recently recognized for his efforts on a hazmat spill with Nissan Fire Brigade. Mr. Lane enjoys helping individuals and the community any way that he can. He enjoys learning anything new about firefighting techniques that he may be able to bring to his department in order to help better serve the community. Mr. Curtis Lane, will you please come forward, sir?
In recognition of your outstanding service to the community, presented by the Veterans of Foreign Wars, Old Stone Fort Memorial Post 10904, September 11, 2015. And the awards are going to police officers Jackie Matheny Jr. and Jonathan Anthony. In December 2013, investigators Matheny and investigator Anthony were involved in the arrest of 2 major local meth dealers. Investigators Matheny and Anthony then began gathering intelligence to the ICE activity in addition to performing their regular investigative duties. In November 2014, the intelligence came to life and Operation Breaking Ice went into full motion. Investigator Matheny and Investigator Anthony worked around the clock with local and federal officers to produce the biggest drug operation to date by the Manchester Police Department. During this operation, investigators Matheny and Anthony continued to serve the citizens of Manchester in a professional and efficient manner. It is with great pride that this team of investigators, Matheny and Anthony, both received Officer of the Year award. If Officer Matheny Jr. and Officer Anthony would come forth, we'd like to present these awards to them.
Our nominee for the DAVA Patriot of the Year Award goes to Sergeant Larry Fraley of the Tennessee Highway Patrol. Sergeant Fraley is an exceptional, dedicated member of the Tennessee Highway Patrol and strives every day to ensure the safety of the citizens of the state of Tennessee. Sergeant Fraley was hired by the Highway Patrol in 1984 and is dedicated to his job today as he was the day he was hired on. Sergeant Fraley is an example of the troopers he supervises as well as other supervisors in the district. Sergeant Fraley's DUI arrest and safety enforcement has a direct impact on fatality rate in the state of Tennessee. Because of his tireless efforts, lives are saved every day in the state. Sergeant Fraley supervises 4 troopers and handles many other administrative duties. Would Sergeant Fraley please come forward?
We'll be right back in a moment.
All right, the cat's out of the bag at Carroll Street Liquor in Tullahoma. Now you know where to go if you're planning a get-together and want the ideal wine or spirit. Party planning can be stressful, but at Carroll Street Liquor you'll find everything you need. Mixers, gift sets, and all of your favorite spirit brands. So if you're feeling the pressure to pull off the ideal party, come to Carroll Street Liquor and select among the seemingly endless supply of wines, spirits, gift sets, and more. Your perfect party, it's in the bag with Carroll Street Liquors.
How long has it been since you raced a cheetah? Are your tornado creating skills getting rusty? Tired of being the only one in your neighborhood who hasn't built a dinosaur? Sounds like it's time to visit the Hands-On Science Center. The Hands-On Science Center is an indoor science playground. In this museum, please touch is the rule. Join us for weekly science demonstrations on space, lasers, lizards, rocks, and a whole lot more. No 2 visits are ever the same, so visit often to see our ever-changing exhibits and demonstrations. The Hands-On Science Center, 101 Mitchell Boulevard in Tullahoma.
Welcome back. The undefeated Shelbyville Golden Eagles football team will lay their 4-0 record on the line Friday night when they go on the road to face 3-1 Laverne team. Jim spoke with Golden Eagles head coach Jason Hardy to get his thoughts on this week's game.
You know, last year, though you had a great record, there were times when the games were a lot closer than perhaps they should have been. But this year, you know, those mistakes are not happening, and you got to feel good about that.
Yeah, and you know, we've talked each week on this show about how we're trying to be sharp and we're trying to get better because we're about to start a 4-game run in our region that's going to be brutal. Probably the teams that are at the top of our district or region, whatever we call it these days, we're about to face in this next month. And we've got to be sharp. We've got to take care of the football. We've got to do all these little things because the games are going to be coming down to the wire where one bad snap, one drop pass, one missed tackle might cause, might be the difference between a win and a loss.
This district you're in is pretty tough, as you mentioned. There are probably, 4 or 5 really good teams, including you.
Yeah, you know, I feel like we're a really good team, and I feel like in this region you're going to see at the end of the year, you're going to see somebody with 3 or 4 losses. that's a very good team. You know, Independence right now maybe the best team in the state in 5A. Laverne, who we play next week, is one of the best teams in 5A. Lincoln County is playing lights out. And you know, Columbia, Franklin County are all good, and you know, I feel like we're a good team. And we're going to see this next month. Like I said, each week's going to be different. I say at the beginning of the year, you know, we can't panic if we have a district loss or a region loss, and I think it's going to come down to the very last week in this region. So very tough. You know, the fourth place team, the top 4 go, so the fourth place team might be just as good as a lot of teams first and second team. So we've got a lot of good talent in this region and got to play good football each week.
What do you know about Laverne, your opponent this coming week?
Well, I know their defense coordinator real well. He was my defense coordinator for the last 9 years, and
does that give you an advantage?
Well, I don't know. Maybe gives him an advantage. He knows me really well. So, a great guy, Coach Turnbow. You know, he's actually done this show for, so it's going to be interesting to go against him. First time I actually coached him, and he was with me, like I said, my whole head coaching career. So it's going to be neat. But Laverne is a very talented football team. They will be the most athletic team we faced all year. They're guys that can run. They're big up front. They do a lot of things well. Got several talented athletes. Got just a really good tailback, and they like to run the football on offense, and defensively, they just use their speed to make it tough on us.
Stay with us. Your weather forecast is coming up next.
The Kia Summers on Us sales event is going on right now at Russell Barnett Kia of Tullahoma. Let me tell you about this event. Purchase a new Kia Sedona, Kia Optima, Kia Forte, and receive 0% financing up to 66 months and your first 3 payments for free. For a limited time only, no strings attached. With America's best warranty, the 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, Kia is the power to surprise. The Kia Summers on Us sales event going on right now. Why buy anywhere else?
It's time for every family and business in Tullahoma to go green and recycle. Tullahoma Public Works makes it simple and easy to recycle. Just place your recyclable materials, paper, plastic, aluminum, and cardboard beside your garbage container on the same day your garbage is picked up. Your recycled materials don't have to be in a fancy container. Recycling is not only the right thing to do, it makes sense. Recycling pays. Paying to bury our garbage costs each of us. Please do your part. Let's go green, Tullahoma, and recycle.
Welcome back. We'll take a look at your weather forecast at this time, starting with your weather history on this day. Your record high was in 1991 at 93 degrees. The record low was in 1984 at 54 degrees. Average high on this day is 82 and the average low is 59. Tonight, look for partly cloudy weather with a low of around 58. Sunny weather in the forecast for Friday with a high of 85 and a low of 60. Partly cloudy weather expected on Saturday with a high of 86 and a low of 62. And that's our newsletter report for this evening. We invite you to join us each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 6, 8, and 10 for Newsleader on 6. You have a good evening.
And from all of us on Newsleader 6, wishes you and your families a most enjoyable weekend. Thank you.